then I want you to think of the Lord as your husband, because you're married to him. You're joined to him until another in the earth comes to be joined to you. So the question is, what does your mate see in you? So singles would be saying, Lord, what do you see in me as a mate? Am I responsive? Am I submissive? Am I loving? And then to the wife who has a husband, then you're looking at your mate or at your husband. Everybody understand? So when we look at this, it says, wives, in the same way, submit yourselves to your own husbands, so that even if some disobey, and that's the Christian message, they may be won over without a message by the way their wives live when they observe your pure and reverent lives. What is it they're supposed to see?
Your pure and reverent
Your
life.
pure and reverent life. And we read about that in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 3 and, no we don't. That's in 1 Peter 3, 1 and 2. So we know that when they observe our pure and reverent lives, it's supposed to have an impact on our mate. God commands that wives, whether married to a believer or non-believer, should seek to honor their husband's leadership. Now, it is challenging to honor the leadership of a person who won't take the lead. It is challenging to honor the leadership of a person who wants to be the leader and don't know how to lead. So because it still leaves you with an inability to effectively follow the leader. So this passage suggests that the wives' exemplary lives can cause their unbelieving husbands to come to know Christ personally. Not just unbelieving husbands. We have husbands who are quote unquote saved. They believe in the gospel. They love the Lord, but they're not applying all of the principles that the word has given us to live by. And it makes it difficult in a marriage when you're living with a mate and you're trying to apply principles and they're not following principles, because that puts you on two different pages, two different understandings, two different levels of comprehension. So a spirit-filled life can be convicting and also provide a platform to share the gospel. You have to remember, when you're married, just because you're mad, you don't stop being spirit-filled. Right. When you're single, just because things happen in your life, you don't stop being spirit-filled. Your husband, the Lord, is still expecting you to honor him and honor his leadership, even in difficult times. The passage, however, does not suggest that the wife should obey her husband when such actions would nullify or compromise her Christian witness. Now, we have theologians, we have preachers who would disagree with me with that. And so you're just supposed to obey him, and that is not what the Bible said. If it's going to violate your biblical principles, violate your character, violate your convictions that you stand for in the Lord, then no, you can't go to the bar with him just because he wants you to hang out with him. He already knows that that's not the place where you want to go. So what is he after? What is he trying to test in you in a situation like that? He already knows you can't sit down and have beers with him and his friends. Right. He already knows that. Right. So what is he really asking? He's asking you to compromise. He's asking you to lay down your conviction. So we have to be careful that we're following the word of the Lord, not in a legalistic platform, but that our hearts just love him. And the way that we can show him our love is through our obedience. So the next thing we look at then is the relationship of the wife to the husband. That's why if you're single, your relationship to the Lord. If you're married, your relationship to your earthly husband. First of all, she is to love him. Okay. And you say, why you always talking to the women? Because we set the tone and the pace in the house. Even in the community of the church. Look around you. Who's here tonight? We set the pace. We set the tone. We keep things moving. We are the support system. Does everybody see that? So we don't get mad about it. We just understand our purpose and we understand our posture and we keep it moving. The Bible teaches us in Titus 2, verse 3 and 5, older women are to encourage the young women to love their